Assalamualaikum and good evening to my lecturer and friends. My name is Nur Munira binti Madila in Saudi 1915440 from class The Islamic Worldview, Knowledge and Civilization UNGS 2019, Section 19. Today, I would like to talk and summarize Chapter 2 from Prof. Aziz's book entitled Western Worldview, Historical Development and Definition of a Concept. Worldview, from Western perspective, can be described as a particular philosophy or view of life, a concept of the world held by individual or a group. This definition is from the Oxford English Dictionary 1989. Also, in another word, worldview from this perspective can be known as a general worldview, an overarching philosophy. In addition, any general view of the universe and man's relationship to it by the Antonis Flew Dictionary of Philosophy 1979. Apart from this, humans may identify several approaches to study the worldview. So let's move on to the ideas of this chapter. Moving on to the main ideas from this book, there are about 5 different definitions by various Western scholars about worldview. First, they are Paul Herbert, James Sire, Edmund Husserl, Martin Heidgger, and Ken Funk. Even though they are from Western area, but still they have many opposite ideas about worldview. So first, let's talk about Paul Herbert. Paul Herbert stated that behind the observable patterns of human cultures seem to be certain assumptions about the way the world is put together. It deals with reality, universe, the end and the purpose of human life, value and norms, good and evil, right and wrong. It is because some of these assumptions are made explicit in the belief and myth of people. As a result, these assumptions are being used to explain people's total response to their worldview. Secondly, the idea from James Sire. James Sire stated that the concept of worldview involved, among others, commitment, a fundamental orientation of the heart that can be expressed as a story and assumptions that may be true, partially true, or entirely false. Also, it has the reality of and a foundation on how life should be, and he just suggested 7 important questions to identify the content and boundaries of the worldview. So the questions are: first, what is the prime reality, the really real? 2, what is the nature of external reality, that is, the world around us? Do we see the world as created or autonomous, as chaotic or orderly, as matter of spirit? Do we emphasize our subjective personal relationship or to the world or its objectivity apart from us? What is human being? Are we highly complex machines, sleeping gods, or maybe people made in the image of God or naked apes? 4. What happens to a person at death? Why is it possible to know anything at all? How do we know that what is wrong and what is right? And lastly, what is the meaning of human history? Thirdly, Ahmed Hassan argued the individual accomplishment and the personal involvement in the construction, internalization, and implementation of worldview. In simpler words, he said that the worldview is an individual-oriented accomplishment. It is because Hassan thinks this is a personal religious belief. Also, this view stressed on 2 important points like worldview cannot claim the absolute truth and there is no worldview that fits for every human being, and this view denies the revealed worldview like Islam. The right transcends the boundaries of its own people and culture and claim it is a universal worldview. Fourthly, Martin Heidgger defines worldview as a self-realized, productive, as well as conscious way of apprehending and interpreting the universe of human beings. Also, He stressed on self as the center of worldview, construction, and realization because to him, worldview is developed within a human cultural context. Last but not least, Ken Funk. He argued that a worldview is the set of benefits about fundamental aspects of reality that ground and influence all one's perceiving, thinking, knowing, and doing. One's worldview is also referred to as one's philosophy of life, mindset, outlook on life, formula for life, ideology, faith, or even religion. From these scholars and their concepts, it is clear that the whole worldview of conceptualization is the result of self and reason. And on the other hand, all elements that form the worldview are self-made elements or related to the self. Hence, within this sort of Western conceptualization or worldview, revelation and intuition are considered weird and non-specific elements. So moving on to my ideas about this chapter, there are about three ideas that I made. Firstly, my ideas from this chapter are the concept of worldview from Western scholar is quite different from Islamic perspective. Yes, it is true. It is true actually. It is because mostly the scholars here that I stated above are talking about the realization, the things that have to be seen with the real eyes, and not believe with things or concepts that are beyond the eyes or unseen things. Moreover, what I have learned from this chapter is worldview is more to human philosophy and belief for their life. It is because even though they are an atheist, for example, not believing in God, they will still believe that this world is here because of something created it. For example, on how human breath, on how human walks, on how human eat, on how human sleeps, and so on. Animals produce sound, animals eat, animals sleep, and trees produce fruit or food, and so on. There's many things in this world actually. Or maybe we can say it about how the sun from the east to the west, on how uh, uh, the region located, how the world facing four seasons in a year. So there are many things actually. Um, in this world, everything happened because God created it. This is what we should bear in our mind. So it should not have a statement that revelation and realization are considered taboo or weird. Lastly, everything that humans question are written from the Quran, our number one source. Human beings should do more research and relate to this world because it will explain well and answer it well all the questions with us. We must believe with the unseen things, and after world we must believe with the unseen things and after world, because that what humans are going to face after this world, because this world is just temporary, it's not um, permanent. We should bear in mind. As a Muslim, we should know about this matter, and I hope that everyone should know about this too. Um, and also, I think there are many things about this topic actually, because review are more open actually. So I hope that this short explanation makes you guys out there understand about the Western perspective about worldview and their scholars' concept. And thank you for listening and have a good day. May peace be upon you.